Alright everyone, what is up here today? YouTube, Jigsaw0097, finally getting around to making this Eagles update. What a busy week it has been. I missed a lot of this, so I'm going to just talk about it now. Mike GROH and Carson Walsh fired, and I said on this channel several times Carson Walsh was the QB coach. Totally got that wrong. He's actually the wide receiver coach. So I apologize for that mess up. But yeah, the big one, guys. Mike GROH is fired. We all wanted this as Eagles fans. I was actually thinking about just waiting until the Eagles hired the new offensive coordinator to make this video, but I figured I better talk about this because I've been on this channel ranting about how bad I wanted Mike GROH fired for months now. But it does speak on a disconnect. I got several messages from people that wanted me to make a video on the press conference that happened before this, but I didn't really want to make it because it was such a boring press conference, guys. It was just more of the same old Eagles. And basically what they said is they weren't going to fire anyone. We already know Jim Schwartz is a high candidate to go to the Browns, but Doug Pederson made it seem like they weren't going to fire anyone, and then the next day they fired Mike GROH and Carson Walsh. So there's a disconnect with the Eagles media right now, and it's really starting to bug me that the way that this team conducts itself. And I'll get into why that bugs me, but Jeffrey Lurie is definitely the reason why these coaches got fired, because I remember Chip Kelly got fired abruptly too. Like what happens within the Eagles is nothing really happens unless Lurie does it. And I know he's the owner and all that, but it seems like Doug might be a little bit on the hot seat. That's what I'm getting because of the way this went down. It almost feels like Jeffrey Lurie went over Doug's head to fire these guys, because why else would Doug say that they're going to keep them? I don't understand why he would even say anything like that if they were going to fire them the next day, you know what I'm saying? So, very interesting. This will obviously be Doug Pederson's 5th year going into being a head coach. He does have a Super Bowl win, which will count a lot. However, as Howie Roseman said in the press conference, the Super Bowl window is closing. So if they don't get this figured out this season, I've already ranted about how the Redskins, the Giants, and the Cowboys have all changed up things. Well, I'm not going to say they're going to be better, but they're going to be different next year. So the Eagles need to shake up stuff too. And I don't know, it's just a weird disconnect of them saying they're going to not fire someone, and then they fire someone. So this could be good or bad. I don't know. It feels like this is going to be a very interesting season coming up, and they've got tons of free agents they have to pay. I already made a video about that, draft analysis and free agents. I'll leave a link for that at the end of this video. But the Eagles have their work cut out for them. There's been rumors that like Jason Garrett, Jay Gruden, all sorts of guys to be the offensive coordinator. I've even heard Peyton Manning, which would be dope. But overall, nothing's happened yet. They haven't hired anyone, so maybe we won't know about this till next week. I don't know. But regardless, I really wanted to make this video because, I don't know, the Eagles are just weird. They're in a weird spot for me. I don't know what they're doing. You know, I try to be real on here. I'm not going to just blow smoke up everyone. This is just how I see it. I see the Eagles being somewhat dysfunctional right now. There's also the news that Josh McCown like ripped his hamstring, I think it was, like off the bone. They said it's like serious. He has to get surgery for it. You know, just give it up for McCown, guys. I don't care if we lost the playoff game. That guy deserves some respect for just coming in like that. A freaking 40-year-old, keeping that game within reach the whole time. Got to give it up to him. And there's been rumors, you know, Deuce Staley should be the offensive coordinator, which I think, I'm going to be going a little rant here, guys. This is the Eagles' problem to begin with. They don't need to be hiring from within anymore. Deuce Staley doesn't deserve anything. He has to prove it. Just because he's been on the team for so long doesn't mean he deserves to be the offensive coordinator. And really, guys, would that be any better? The Eagles' run game was average at best this year. Most of the runs came from Miles Sanders catching the balls in the screen game. So I'm not going to say that Deuce was bad. He was one of the better parts of this team. But does he deserve to be the offensive coordinator? No. You go out and you get a seasoned veteran. We won the Super Bowl with Frank Reich. So you need to go out and you need to get a Jay Gruden, or you need to get a Peyton Manning. One of those guys. You need to get a high-profile guy. Heck, even Tony Romo, I thought about. There's guys that have been in the league, that have played the position, that just have more experience than Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley was a running back. He's a good running backs coach. That's it. I don't really want to see him as offensive coordinator. And if they do promote someone from within again, guys, that is not a good sign. I will say that right now. That is not a good sign. It's the problem we had with Mike GROH to begin with. I think Press Taylor is actually the quarterback's coach, but I was thinking maybe if they're going to bring someone from within, they should let Josh McCown be a coach possibly, because he's not really from within. He was with the Eagles for 1 year as a backup quarterback, but he's been all over the league. He's the kind of guy I'm talking about, someone that has a lot of experience across the league. Anyway, rant over. Deuce Staley should not be the offensive coordinator, bottom line. So I don't know what they're going to do. We'll have to wait and see. But this is interesting news. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing something. I'm glad they fired Mike GROH. Regardless of the possible dysfunction that may be going on in this team right now, I'm glad they're making moves. So we'll just have to see what happens. The draft is going to be huge this year. Like I said, they can't blow this. And then also see how they handle some of these free agents. There's going to be a lot of them they can let go, but people like Malcolm Jenkins, you're probably going to want to keep them around. So that's the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Mike GROH being fired, about Carson Walsh being fired. Sorry this video is a little bit late again, but I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, and I'd love to hear the discussion down below. If you are new to the channel as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, make sure you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell. But with all that said, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. This has been Jigsaw097. I will talk to you all later.